Good evening, saints. Good evening, strangers. Good evening to those of you who have ever looked at a rainbow and thought, I bet I could walk on that if I just had enough faith. You are right. You could. But the insurance premiums would be astronomical. This is Deseret Radio. I am broadcasting from the supply closet of the abandoned Chevron on Highway 36. The lights are flickering tonight. Not because the bulb is dying, but because the electricity is having a crisis of confidence. It isn't sure if it wants to flow. It's asking, why am I doing this? What is my purpose? I told it to stop asking questions and just be the light. It flickered in annoyance, but it obeyed. The time is currently indeterminate. The clock on the wall is refusing to move forward until I can prove to it, mathematically, that the next second is necessary. I refuse to do the math. I will just wait. Eventually the clock will get bored and tick out of habit. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the unknown. Not the scary kind, the good kind. The kind that sits in the back of your mind and says, maybe the mountains aren't actually there. Maybe they are just a painting God hasn't finished yet. Listeners, we have a situation. A new threat has arrived in Deseret. They didn't come in the white vans of the growth missionaries. They didn't come in the chrome drones of the Utah government. They came in sensible sedans, Honda Civics, Toyota Camrys, cars that get excellent gas mileage and have high resale value. They are the logic bros. They are men in polo shirts and khakis. They all have podcasts. They all have, well, actually, tattooed on their souls. They are walking around our town, listeners, and they are debunking things. Just this morning, a group of them stood in front of the floating arches out in the West Desert. You know, the ones that hover 3 feet off the ground. One of the logic bros pointed a laser measure at it and said, "That's scientifically impossible. It's just an optical illusion caused by heat refraction." And do you know what happened? The arches fell down. They crashed into the dirt. Not because of physics, but because they were embarrassed. Someone explained them, and the wonder died. This is their weapon, saints. Explanation. They want to explain everything. They want to take the miracles and turn them into math. They want to take the burning in your bosom and tell you it's just acid reflux from the funeral potatoes. They want to replace faith with data, and we cannot let them. A report from the town square. A logic bro named Kyle, they are all named Kyle or Tyler or sometimes Braden, has set up a booth. He is holding a bone. A large, dusty bone. He is telling the primary children that it belongs to a dinosaur. Now, we in Deseret know the truth about dinosaurs. We know that the earth was organized from matter unorganized. We know that the Lord used spare parts from other broken planets to build this one. Those bones? They are just scrap metal from a previous job site. They aren't real animals that lived here. They are the cosmic equivalent of buying a used car that still has the previous owner's bumper sticker on it. But Kyle is telling the children about the Jurassic period. He is using words like evolution and carbon dating. And the children are listening. Little Timmy Johnson looked at the bone and asked, "So a T-Rex was real?" And Kyle said, "Yes, Timmy, science proves it." And because Timmy believed him, the dinosaurs are starting to manifest. Listeners, a Velociraptor was just seen in the baptismal font. It was wearing a tie. It looked confused. A T-Rex is currently trying to eat the bishop's Toyota Sienna. It's struggling because the car was consecrated last week for a youth trip, so the T-Rex's teeth keep sliding off the hood. But the threat is real. If we believe in their science, their monsters become real. Let's go to the community calendar. Monday. The faith-based physics class will be held in the Cultural Hall. We will be learning how to walk on water. The prerequisite for this class is that you must not know what surface tension is. If you know what surface tension is, you will sink because you will not believe. Wednesday, Ward Council. The topic will be how to politely ask the T-Rex to pay tithing on its kills. If the T-Rex eats a cow, does it owe the bishop 10% of the beef? Or does it owe 10% of the thrill of the hunt? We will discuss. Friday, the single adult lingering. There is no activity planned, just lingering, standing in the foyer for 4 hours. No agenda, just vibes and the hope that someone will make eye contact. Refreshments will be provided, a bowl of mints that have been there since 1998. And now, a word from our sponsor, the Deseret Encyclopedia of Unfacts. Are you tired of science? Do you hate peer review? Does the phrase, "study has shown," make you want to bear your testimony in a dead language? God knows more than the world's scientists and logic bros do. We must believe. Buy our encyclopedia. It is full of things that are true, not because they are proven, but because they feel right. Entry 1. The Moon. It is not a rock. Quakers live there. There are moon quakers. Entry 2. Gravity. Also not real. Light rules the world, not some made-up force. Entry 3. Evolution. A lie invented by monkeys to get tax breaks. The Deseret Encyclopedia of Unfacts, because facts are just opinions that filed paperwork. And now, a message from our intern Chase.
While we know the powers of darkness seek to thwart the work of God, shall the children of the promise cease to grasp the iron rod? No, true to the faith that our fathers have cherished, true to the truth for which martyrs have perished, to God's command, so heart and hand, faithful and true we will ever be. We will work out our salvation, we will cleave unto the truth, we will watch and pray and labor with the fervent zeal of youth. Yes, true to the faith that our fathers have cherished, true to the truth for which martyrs have perished, to God's command, soul, heart and hand, faithful and true we will ever be. We will strive to be found worthy of the kingdom of our Lord, with the faithful of all ages who have loved and kept His word. Yes, true to the faith that our fathers have cherished, true to the truth for which martyrs have perished, to God's command, soul, heart and hand, faithful and true we will ever be.
We are back, and the situation with Kyle the Logic Bro has escalated. He has challenged me to a debate. He is standing in the middle of the cultural hall with a microphone and a whiteboard. He wants to debate the age of the Earth. He says he has evidence. He says he has charts. The logic bros love to debate. It is their silly, dumb weapon. They think if they can talk faster than you and use bigger words, they win. But we do not give in to it. We do not fight logic with logic. That is like fighting fire with a spreadsheet. You just get a burnt spreadsheet. I am going down there. I am taking my weapon. My weapon is a potato. I am now in the cultural hall. Kyle is here. He is wearing a lanyard. He looks smug. Ready to debate? He asks. I have carbon dating records that prove the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. I look at him. I hold up the potato. Kyle, I say, have you considered that the number billion is just the letter B that got lonely? Kyle blinks. What? No, that's not math. Math is just a language we invented to count things we don't own, I say. Kyle is getting flushed. But the fossil record, the strata layers. The ocean is not what you think, Kyle. It exists only to hide the ancient secrets, the lost ones, I whisper. He is trembling. His logic cannot find a grip. It is sliding off the Teflon of my absurdity. Noah's flood, he shouts. It was physically impossible. There isn't enough water in the atmosphere to cover the mountains. It was a localized event. I step closer. The mountains aren't real, Kyle. The mountains have never been real. Kyle tries to use his calculator. He is typing furiously. 80085. I hand him the potato. Calculate this, I say. He holds the potato. He looks at it. The potato begins to divide, again and again. The gym is filling with potatoes. Infinite potatoes. His eyes go wide. It doesn't compute, he whispers. And then, not a bang, just a soft. Kyle's head implodes into a cloud of question marks. He fades away. The logic bros in the audience gasp. They gather their charts. They run. They retreat to their sensible sedans. They are gone. And look, outside the window, the T-Rex in the parking lot is fading. It is becoming transparent. It looks at the bishop's car one last time, sighs, and dissolves into a pile of rocks. Spare parts. Just spare parts. The floating arches are rising back up. They remembered that gravity is optional. Faith has returned. The wonder is safe. And now, it is time for the LDS Folklore Hour. Tonight's folklore comes from the dusty bottom shelf of the primary closet. We all know the song, Popcorn Popping on the Apricot Tree. We sing it. We do the hand actions. It wasn't really so, but it seemed to be. But did you know there is a fourth verse? It was removed from the children's songbook in 1989 by a committee of terrified music leaders. The verse goes like this. I looked out the window, and what did I see? The popcorn was moving. It was looking at me. It gathered in armies. It marched on the town, and that's why we burned the apricot down. Legend says that if a primary class sings this verse with perfect pitch, the apricot blossoms don't just look like popcorn, they become popcorn. But not the good kind, not the movie theater kind. Sentient popcorn. It screams when you salt it. It bites back. Sister Jensen in the 4th Ward claims she heard a Sunbeam class sing it by accident once. She says she still wakes up at night hearing the tiny, buttery war cries. So please, teachers, stick to the first verse. Do not tempt the snack food. Let's go to traffic and weather. The I-15 is clear. The logic bros tried to convince the asphalt that cars are inefficient, and for a moment the road believed them. But now that the bros are gone, the cars have returned. However, be warned. The road is feeling smug. It knows it exists. Drive with humility. Tonight will be 70 degrees and irrational. Expect heavy showers of cognitive dissonance, followed by a fog of sweet, sweet ignorance. The wind will blow from the west, carrying the scent of old textbooks burning. A final thought for tonight. The logic bros left something behind. Chase found it on the floor where Kyle vanished. It is a textbook, a biology textbook. But the author is the Chrome Man. He didn't send them to win, listeners. He sent them to test us. He wanted to see if our immunity to facts was still strong. We survived this time. We held on to the magic. We held on to the absurdity. But he knows now. He knows we are vulnerable to a well-placed chart. So stay vigilant. Do not let them explain the world to you. Do not let them measure your miracles. If someone tries to tell you how a rainbow works, cover your ears and hum the Spirit of God. The rainbow is a prison. The mountains are listening. And the dinosaur bones are just the universe's spare Lego bricks. Stay irrational, Deseret. Stay impossible. And above all, stay faithful. Good night, saints. Good night.